Hello, this is Andrew Sorsky with Infrasync, connecting utilities with technology. This is a short video to explain to you kind of the problems we're solving with smart utility technology and the services our firm offers in helping utilities get there and meet their goals. Everything we do is broken into one of two categories. We work with utilities in connecting their existing data. This is usually with data lakes, dashboards, analytic tools, so they can view their existing data, what they have already. Then another large part of what we do is bringing in that new technology to utilities and doing the integration and implementation services. Why does this matter? A quick rundown that our main focus is these three areas: water distribution, examples of utilities that are trying to reduce their water loss or improve drinking water quality in their system, set them up connecting their existing data to understand what they already have, and those tools and resources, really low hanging fruit at their disposal, they can start making good decisions with. But then if they need to bring in additional sensors or software or specialty services, able to help guide and navigate them through that process and making sure they're getting the best technology deployed and implemented for their system. Typically, this is resulting in reducing that water loss across the system, improving the drinking water quality, reducing pipeline breaks, and improving response time in the distribution system. We also do a lot of work in wastewater collection. And examples of this would be a utility that is trying to control or better manage their overflows, with dry weather and wet weather. So able to come and connect their data. They typically have some sensors and SCADA information from lift stations and plants. So able to connect the data so they can do a better desktop analysis of what areas of the city are causing more issues. Overflows are happening over here. Where are those root problems coming from? Then able to help with additional sensor or technology or software deployment if you want to do anything more proactive, like real-time alerting of overflows. Or one example was a utility that was doing more automated cleaning and televising recommendations, so they know where that grease is building up day by day, week by week across the utility, so they can optimize their cleaning and televising. The last area we do a lot of work in is in treatment plants. A lot of this has to do with connecting that data within a treatment plant, from the SCADA systems to more of those asset management or manual notes, and then with the collection or distribution systems. So this is typically bringing that operator knowledge or information into more of an automated database, field collection tools, so that you know why the plant is operating a certain way, what can you do to optimize that. A lot of the common outcomes of that are for water production, reducing the chemical and energy usage to treat and produce the water because you've got better synergies or balance with the water distribution system. Another large area is within wastewater facilities, particularly the aeration basins, which use up about half to 60% of the energy at most facilities. Better understanding the incoming flows, the outgoing effluent, and what's the best place to put that aeration basin at in terms of energy usage and aeration, so you can better fine tune and reduce your energy spend there. We do all this by really focusing on that existing technology within utilities. So then services to help unlock and connect those people, processes, infrastructure. There's already data within the utility that you can use and leverage. And then when there are gaps, being able to help the utility navigate those hardware, software, or services to best fit and come into the utility, to help them understand what new technology makes sense to bring in and implement. On the existing technology side, the main things we are engaged with is data unification. So that's mapping out all the data. So from your treatment plants to your collection systems, to your distribution, your regulatory, reporting, your asset management, customer service and notifications, everything else, mapping that out as a utility so you know where your data is, where it's going, how it's being used. Then providing analytics and dashboards. A lot of the time we try to keep it really simple with the software program and just use Microsoft tools such as Power BI or something like that to just make it easy and accessible for utility to view and look at their own data that they already own. So those are usually giving daily or weekly updates based on that data so that you could track, hey, here's roughly my water loss across the city in different zones, or this was the performance of my sanitary sewer system over the last couple of days or weeks. And these how these different items are working together. And then workflows and alerting. So if you are experiencing issues as a utility, who's getting notified? What are those precautions being taken so that people can get out and fix those issues? Typically, there's new technology that's required as well. That could be just a few software connections. You may already have most of it together. It could be some additional hardware sensors. But we'll come in and help the utility evaluate the options on the market. We've worked with dozens of the different technologies across the water systems, and then help deploy that specific to the utility. Whether that's picking exactly where that hardware goes, customizing that deployment, maybe some different housing, our solar capabilities, our communication capabilities. A lot of it is software configuration where, hey, it's software that's ready to go off the shelf, but it does need to be configured and deployed into each specific utility for it to really be of use. And then for a few utilities, if it's a very complex program deployment, which we define as having 3 or more vendors involved, then you really need somebody helping all those vendors work together for the benefit and outcome of the utility. So this can be a 1 to 2 year more complicated program deployment. So if this was of interest to you, I'm happy to connect with you for next steps. We'll be linking design resources in the hyperlinks below the video, wherever you're watching this. There's also a newsletter. We'll put the link below, and we send this out once a week for helpful news, our approaches towards using more technology. We don't do really in-depth technology reviews, but it's more so the overall data governance. How are you handling this as a utility director or manager and helping your teams and your data work together more? And then finally, a lot of times it's of interest to do a quick discovery meeting or something if you want to move forward with getting your data together or deploying new technology. Happy to meet with you, even if it doesn't lead to anything for us, but just help you and your utility understand your existing process and move forward. Usually for those, you at the end of that call, you'll have a better visual roadmap of how your data moves around the utility, the different technologies involved, and then you can identify, hey, here's the main gaps I have that I need to be proactive about and solve over the next couple months or year. And if you want us to help out with that, great. But if you've got enough to do on your own, that's even better for a lot of utilities. So that's it. Again, this was Andrew Swirsky with Infrasync. Feel free to drop a comment or a like. Those always help this reach more people, and look forward to connecting with you.